Hello everyone, and welcome to Digimon Ghost Game, Episode 3, Scribbles.
Back in character.
Oh, yes. Perfect. You grab that, I'll grab this, even though none of these props have anything to do with this season so far.
Yeah. All the goggle heads.
All the goggle heads, all the crests. Yep, there we go.
Yes, soon their channel shall be mine.
But welcome to Scribbles. As always, these episodes will contain many spoilers, so if you are looking to not spoil yourself about the new season, this is not the place to be.
No. We'll go into a lot of depth, far more depth than is really should be for a show like this, but darn it, we're going to do it anyway.
We're passionate enough about it, we're going to do it. So, sit back, enjoy two grown men complaining and critiquing a kid's show.
Yep.
Though we're enjoying this one, so we won't complain too much, hopefully. So, we start off right where we start off pretty much every episode so far. This is creepy.
Yep.
This season has got horror. I mean, they're just pictures showing up with, a scribble on it. That in and of itself.
Yeah, because by this season standard so far, this has been the least creepy episode.
Yeah. This is not so much mummifying people and draining their time and shriveling them up. No. Though, I mean, he did cause a major car accident, apparently, so,
Yes.
it's bad enough.
Yeah.
Things are certainly happening. That,
And again, we see a lot of these purple ring kind of things, which I'm guessing just kind of indicates Digimon activity at this point.
yes. None of the characters have mentioned seeing them, though.
Yeah, no one's mentioned them, but...
I don't know if that's just because it's something they can't see, it's just for us, if it's... I mean, there's a lot confusing enough to them now that it's okay they don't mention that one thing. But it's another thing to wonder. I assume they can see it, but we don't know. And we have left Hiro for the moment.
Yep.
This is not necessarily so much his episode, at least the start, and we're hanging around Ruli, who is playing piano. Unless you have anything to say before.
Well, actually, before she plays piano, she's talking with her friends about her...
Yes,
basically
about the red scribble.
Yeah, the paranormal club.
Yep, because they're showing her a picture of her with the scribbles across
her hands. Yeah,
her hands.
And well, from what we know of Ruli, you would expect her to be all kinds of excited because now she's in about this, and maybe something will happen, and she'll see it, and it could be all that. And instead, she's just kind of like, that's probably not good. We should delete that file.
Yeah,
and the original. And I'm going, wait, what?
This is the character who last episode goes, "Move, mummy, move! Come on!"
Basically begging the mummy man to come and kidnap her.
Yeah.
And now she's kind of, let's play it safe.
Yeah, it's a 180 flip for no reason because she hasn't had anything happen to her.
Yeah, so I was very confused by this.
It's not like she was, oh my gosh, something bad happened and now she realizes. Which, she could have after this episode or something realized, oh, I don't actually want... I thought I wanted this, but I don't. But no, she just flips. She seems a little inconsistent so far. We'll see. Maybe there's some reason, but...
Yeah, then we see her being a pianist.
Yeah, then you see her playing piano, and is this part of how she got a following? We don't really know what exactly...
Yeah, it's not like, is it something her parents want her to do? Something she really likes herself? We've yet to see any family members of her.
Yes, we've only seen one father so far. And he only kind of.
Yeah, that's the only parent we've seen this so far, yeah.
Yeah.
Only family member appeared we've actually seen.
Yes. And as she's playing, she thinks someone's outside. She goes, takes a quick look. Nobody's there. And when she goes back in, she takes a look at her hand.
Well, the phone goes off first, and she sees the photo of the scribbles over her hand again.
Is back, and she's really freaked out that it's back. Which, I mean, it's a little weird.
It's a little weird,
but it's not, Again, for someone who was just willing this stuff to happen, she's easily freaked out by a photo.
It started this whole paranormal searching club.
Yeah.
Going to museums trying to provoke mummies.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But she does have reason to be freaked as she looks at her hands and they're starting to fade away.
Yeah, just the one hand at first, but yeah, that's a little weird, yeah.
That's weird, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're not really afraid of doing some harsh things to the humans in this series.
No. And because they had talked about the red scribbles before, they had seen people who had pictures of this done before, so she seems to seek out one of the others who...
And also somewhere along the rumor that something really bad happens after 48 hours.
Yes, that is what the club said at the time when they were talking there, is, yeah. There's
what this
the
really
timer.
bad thing is?
Nothing. Nobody really...
Yeah, it's just bad.
It's bad. Unclear.
Yeah, unclear. Ask again later.
Yes. So she goes to seek them out, and she pages them at her apartment, I think, is kind of what that console is. It's kind of like a doorbell saying, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, she goes... She just wanders somewhere, doesn't tell us... They don't really tell us where. She gets a hold of someone, as it turns out it's one of the ones that had red scribbles on them in one of their pictures before that they were shown earlier.
And wow, yeah, she had scribbles on her hair. How bad could that be? Wow, there's like hair all over the apartment. Yeah. And one of her lines is literally, I'm going to be killed by my own hair. Like, what? Whoa.
Yeah, really goes and asks her if she knows how to take care of it. And I guess, someone else, introduce, talk, things. But the thing is, this is the only person she'll talk to on this. She doesn't seek out anybody else. She apparently doesn't make posts on her website, on her chat, follower group, whatever that is.
Blog, whatever.
What people have tried.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, for someone that supposedly has a lot of fans, it doesn't seem like she interacts with them in any way. So it's just like, how does she have them? I mean, said you could just post good music videos, and that could be.
Yeah, but again, it seems like I got the impression from the first 2 episodes that they had a club for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And now this thing's happening, and the club is the last thing on her mind.
Yeah, because literally she's sitting there freaking out, and her friend calls her.
Yeah, so first we have flashbacks from earlier in this episode that add nothing.
Yes.
That was a 2020 thing. Stop it, Ghost Game. Bad.
Yes. I mean, I get it that we said in the Mummymon episode it was a fine thing, but it was because it was pointing out something that was kind of easy to miss.
Yeah, that I did not realize when I first watched it.
Yeah.
And a few times that's acceptable.
Yeah, no, this is literally just people repeating lines,
But yes, her friend Aoi calls.
Anyway, calls and it's like, hey, you didn't show up to school. Are you okay? Is it anything to do with, what we talked about? And, are you okay? And it seems like she's going to say it, but for some reason we have that flashback, and she then is like, nah, and just tells him she has a headache.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Why would you not... Yeah, again, why would you not tell the club here? Why? These are the people that will believe you, that will try and help you. Because if they do, Hero won't show up, I guess. Got to keep the storyline moving. But
because he wouldn't be watching this club now? Looking for Digimon himself?
Yeah. But anyway.
It's very strange.
It's very strange.
I don't follow this.
Yeah. And it looks like someone's watching her on all the cameras. And
yeah, there's not some with camera. There's lots of purple rings around all kinds of cameras.
Mm-hmm. So
totally unbelievable that someone could follow you most of the day on a camera. There's not cameras everywhere.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I'm not having one staring me in the face at the moment.
Yes. Hi, world.
Please watch us.
And so she runs home. And
again, doesn't follow up with anybody else, the pictures of him.
No.
Including one we know is in the hospital, because he shows up in a wheelchair later.
Yeah.
He's taken away on the gurney. Doesn't try to go to the hospital and talk to them.
And she starts to realize that her other hand is also disappearing. It's spreading. Though the weirdest thing is when she makes it home, with the glove on, she presses a key on the piano. Takes the glove off, she can't touch it anymore. So she can make contact with the glove, but not the piano.
Yeah, the glove holds her hand in place, but nothing else does.
Because a glove, if there's nothing in it, is very floppy. That's not going to. It's not going to hit a key on a piano.
He has extra starchy gloves.
Yeah, apparently. Just again, it's probably nothing really.
This is really a nitpick. I understand that, but this is what we're doing.
Yes, and
It's what we do.
because it's something that they're establishing more even later in the episode that seems also inconsistent. It's partially why this comes up more. Comes up more too, yeah. And she seems like she's already gotten like 6 hours in now or something, freaking out, and she seems beaten. She almost looks like she's kind of given up. Almost.
Yeah.
I don't think she's actually crying, but she's just.
I don't think she's crying.
She very well could be, yeah. I don't know for sure, but she's on the couch, face first, just.
And then the villain off screen says, "Pray for me some more, suffer."
Yeah,
enjoy watching this.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's pretty twisted.
Oh, yeah. If you thought this was maybe another Mummymon,
no, this is a villain.
No. This one's a Clockmon that doesn't care. And she gets a message on her phone, which again, if she has this many followers, that phone's going off 24/7 with how many messages content creators get. But again, nitpicky.
So your phone goes off 24/7 is what you're telling me?
I wish. Well, kind of. If you comment more, my phone will go off. And she gets the message, and it's Hiro, which
makes sense. He saw the Digimon following her at the end of the last episode.
Saw her with Angoramon, yeah, and he is continuing to investigate Digimon, which that is what he was doing before, so it makes sense that...
Yep, this makes sense from Hiro's perspective and story arc.
Yep, so he sends a message, and apparently she agrees to meet up, because the very next moment they're meeting on a bridge. So
she's kind of desperate. I'd imagine that someone who
but
says, I know something, he should be willing to meet.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't show her reply, it doesn't show her going anywhere, she's just there.
Had to cut something for time, I guess.
Yeah. And Hiro's just got Gamamon just out in the open, more or less.
As he has been for a while now.
Yeah, so...
And they get there and they say, there's a big Digimon behind you. And then they cut scene again and they're talking nicely at a picnic table. It's not a picnic table.
Cafe
table, yeah.
Though there's nobody else there.
Yeah, so it's like, you're not going to try to talk to the big Digimon behind her?
Nope, that's later.
Apparently not. Okay.
Yes.
So Hiro introduces Gamamon to Ruli.
And he immediately tries to bite her hand.
He bites her hand, yep.
Which she doesn't seem to feel, but because of what's going on, that makes sense.
Doesn't react.
Because she gives no reaction to getting bit.
She's more amazed by the fact that he's alive.
Yeah.
He's not a hologram.
Yes, exactly. But when she realizes that he's alive, she seems more happy and more like, oh, this is cool, and not so freaked out like she's been. Again, she seems more like she's been the first 2 episodes in seeing him.
And not this particular moment of the scene, yeah.
And it's just like, okay, which one? You're still early in the season. You can hash it out, I guess, a little bit, but you need to pick one here. This is bouncing back and forth a lot.
So we learned that Ruli cannot see this large yellow Digimon behind her.
Which makes sense. Otherwise, she would have probably questioned why.
But Hiro can.
Mm-hmm.
But people could also see Clockmon and Mummymon.
Yes.
So why can't they see this guy?
They do give some explanation for it, but it doesn't explain the Mummymon and Clockmon part later in the episode. And as Angoramon is the bunny Digimon,
the Yeti Bunny.
The Yeti Bunny is just standing there. Suddenly he disappears into the phone. So, okay, that's just the thing.
Apparently.
Hologram ghosts can do.
Yeah.
Because he jumps in and Gamamon tackles in and he comes popping back out and finally he's like the bunny seems to be like, come here, let's talk.
Yeah, he makes another gesture. I'm going, does this guy not talk? Then he proceeds to talk and pretty much talk a lot the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he hadn't said anything up to this point.
He's very theatrical.
Building the tension. I don't know.
Yep. But he does give us a bit of talking about establishing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's Dracmon or Dracumon who is doing this, which is
kind of neat to see him.
Yeah,
he's been around forever, but he's rarely done anything of note.
Yeah, which I think just goes to show that I think in this season, just Digimon in general are a higher power level because, like, we were talking about Gamamon being able to hack the keypad is, like, really powerful. Well, Digimon, because this is another child that's causing all this trouble.
Well, yeah, this is a child that apparently can, by manipulating photos of humans, actually affect the human, too, without actually ever touching the human.
That's, yeah.
I mean, I know I'm suspecting you have to spend a lot of belief for Digimon, but that's a little
strong.
Hard to swallow.
Yeah. For someone of that power, yeah.
Yeah. It may be hard not to swallow if a Mega was doing it, but, at least that's Mega and okay.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, just a child rookie level that's...
playing pranks.
Yeah.
As a prankster.
But apparently doing this trying to materialize. Which is what they call the form Gamamon is currently in.
Yes. He's the only Digimon we've seen materialize to this point.
Yeah.
The others have all been the hologram ghosts. And he explains how the ones like him can touch Digimon just fine, but cannot touch humans.
Or even many things in the world that kind of phase through them. Except the Clockmon, which blew the windows open.
Yeah, that did that. And the Mummymon sure looks like he's grabbing people to wrap them up and carrying them over his shoulder. Yeah, no, he seemed to have no problem.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. I mean, maybe because that's an adult champion and a perfect ultimate.
Yeah.
Maybe because they're more powerful, they can overcome that, but it's not said.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's their explanation.
Mm-hmm. And it's also established here that Digimon can travel through the internet, which digital makes.
Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with this.
Yeah, but just another thing that that's what it can do in this season.
And you like the picture here where we go back to Ruli's perspective, because she can't hear him or see Angoramon, and we just see Gamamon hugging nothing. He's kind of floating in the air here.
Yep.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah, because things are very weird for her. Yeah, I could see. She'd just see that and be even more confused. So, apparently Dracomon's been, obviously has an interest in Ruli because he's been messing with her. So, Hiro seems to have some kind of plan as he goes running off and leaves Gamamon. Yeah, leaves Gamamon with her. I mean, I guess it's a good will gesture to show, yes, I'm coming back, I guess. And it's not just, I ran off and forgot my little brother.
Yeah, let's hope it's a former.
Yeah. And he immediately goes to that box, and we saw that there was more than one of the Digivices before. Mm-hmm. So he grabs another one. I'm like, okay, what?
Yeah, what's he going for?
Yeah,
right now.
What's the plan with that? But before we get to learn that plan, we run into Senpai on the way out.
Because we still don't actually know this guy's name.
No!
He's still Senpai.
He's still Senpai. Even though he should be dorm leader, because we almost only see him in the dorm.
Yeah.
Based on what happened in episode 1. And he says that Hiro left class early.
Yeah, so obviously he's very concerned about him academically, if nothing else.
Yeah.
He seems to think he has a lot of potential. Because again, episode 1, he gives him an assignment of something that's...
He trusts him to take charge of a couple floors or something.
Yeah, something like that, but just a sign that he trusts Hiro, he thinks he has a lot of potential.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
And, yeah, so if he left class early, he's really worried about this Ruli person. He really thought something was major. And I was kind of assuming he'd bring up something about, you were late for curfew or something, because we established he had a curfew last time. I mean, 11 p.m. is pretty late. Maybe he got back before then, but given all that happened, I'm not so sure. But, again, not...
This is minor stuff that...
Yeah.
You're only so much time in an episode, so to understand small things like this slipping through.
Mm-hmm. Though he does notice the vital bracelet, or the Digivice.
That he's been wearing for a while.
Yeah, and he asks, can that ward against evil? And he's like, no, it can't. I gotta go. I'm in a hurry. And he's still like, oh no, what am I gonna do? The talismans aren't enough.
And he's not really freaked out now. He seems kind of a little more defeated and depressed now.
Could very well be, yeah.
Struck me Warden is super nervous, ticks and looking around. He looked a little more depressed and defeated now.
Yeah, which probably means, like we said before, Jellymon is around messing with him, because that's just what it looks like she's doing in the intro. But she's not there at that moment, or else Hiro would see her. Yeah. So she's got to be like hiding in his room or something. And
yeah.
I mean, it's perfectly logical at this point. We haven't seen her. I'm not that worried about it. But
yeah. So this is just idle speculation about this theater series.
Yes.
We care and we like this and we like thinking about it.
Yes, and so far it's still good enough that I'm more than willing to keep thinking and speculating. So he comes running back.
Yep, and so we cut back to Gamamon and Ruli and Goramon. And this is just an interesting screenshot because I'm not sure if Ruli's really small here and Goramon's just really big here. But she's cuddling Gamamon because, cute Digimon get all the chicks.
Yep.
Like Patamon. Patamon gets all the chicks.
Yeah. He's quite popular with them. I'm not jealous. And yeah, so he comes running back. She's like, we got about 15 minutes left. I'm like, oh, I didn't think we were
I didn't think we were quite that
close on time, but okay, sure.
Until something.
Yeah, until unclear bad things happen. Okay. And so he comes running back and he starts talking about the Digivice. That this is a Digivice. This is what I use to materialize Gamamon. So if you don't come out now, I'm going to use it and materialize, on Goramon instead and all this, teasing him with what he wants. And it works.
Yep. Pops out Ruli's phone, but Gamamon was honing at the time.
Yes.
And again, I kind of like this screenshot because Gamamon's like freaked out. He's being pushed back by the phone. You can already see Goramon sleeping in action. He's ready.
Yeah. Gamamon's just like, what? but no. Goramon knows.
But again, he doesn't catch him because he's just too fast for him.
Yep. He quickly jumps away, and he's very upset that he cannot touch Haru or Hiro. Not Haru. Hiro or the Vital Bracelet or the Digivice. He can't. Yes. No, Dad's not quite like the grandpa from Atmon. He could be. He could become that, but not quite. And yeah.
So again, this is why I brought the Digivice, and I thought this was a nice, clever bit of writing.
Yes.
I've been kind of hard on this episode overall, but
yes.
That was well done.
Mm-hmm. It made a lot of sense. And so they all start tracking him down, and Dracmon bites down on Gamamon, is threatening, I'll suck out his data if you don't materialize me. It's like, whoa, okay. I guess Dracmon's a vampire? Sure.
If I had Eldo's name, sure.
Yeah, fair enough. And, Hiro's trying to reason with him. He's much more of a reasonable, he's not very violent type.
No.
He's much more a logical, try to talk it out like, you can't touch this. I can't even give this to you if I wanted to. Yeah, how are you going to take this to a bad guy to...
Yeah, he mentions that, well, okay, if you won't do it, I'll just think someone else will. There's plenty of bad humans out here.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, you can't take it to them because you can't touch it. Well, that's okay, I'll make you do it. And he's got, hypnosis...
His eyes, yep.
Eyes. And, okay, yeah.
So he hits both Hiro and... Oh, you got me doing it. Hiro and Gamamon.
Yep.
He tries to use it on Ruli, but Ruli can't see him, so it doesn't work. Nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Nice consistency there.
And as Gamamon jumps up at Ruli, Garamon just
pops him there.
Pops him and he's like, oh, I'm Gamamon.
Yep, and then it breaks it very easily, and then he bites Hiro quickly, and Hiro's back again.
Yep, Gamamon bites him. It's just a classic. He's done it every episode now. So.
And at this point, Hiro gives the device to Ruli, who puts it on, and then she can see Dracmon and Goramon.
As Hiro gets controlled again.
Again, this explains, okay, this is all Hiro can. The Digivice allows the wearer to see these non-materialized Digimon.
Yes. Still doesn't explain why Clockmon and Mummymon were
visible, despite obviously not being in the fully materialized state yet.
Yes. So
maybe there's different grades.
Yeah. That we don't know, but they're trying to explain some things that we were asking. And they're already not 100% consistent, but we shall see.
So yeah, Hiro gets possessed again, and he And this, very intimidating 80-pound soaking wet hero slowly shambles towards him, kind of drooling a little bit. Not really threatening at all. So someone who's, begging a Mubimon to attack her would probably, slap him, punch him on the neck, upside the head, kick him in the shin, kick him in the balls.
Throw something at him.
Something like this? No, she's terrified.
Yeah.
Absolutely petrified and terrified of this.
Because we gotta have Angoramon say that he loves her piano. That's why he must protect her.
Her music, yeah. And this is enough to convince him to want me to materialize. Even earlier in the episode, he says, "No, I don't want that."
Yeah, he pretty much said, "I don't care to." Yeah, I don't know if it was for sure. I never want to, but it was like, nah, I don't really want to.
Nor do I want to. Was the line?
Yeah, so yeah, it's hard to say whether that's a hard "I don't want to" or just nah, I don't see the point.
Possibly, but
But yeah,
it's a little weak for someone who said that line. So I'm hoping there's more to it than just you play piano good.
yes. And she puts it on, puts the dim card in, pushes the button just like Gamamon, and he materializes. And the very first thing that he does,
materialize,
is slams Hero.
I mean,
oh my goodness!
Unloads on him.
Not a care in the world given about
poor Hero. He's just trying to help here. He doesn't deserve this.
No, I mean, he does not get up right away from it. He's barely half-lidded eyes, like, oh.
So Dracmon, realizing things aren't going very well, gives him time to just run away and flee because he's faster than Angoramon. Except now
not anymore. Yes, the materialized form seems much stronger and faster.
All that good stuff. So again, explaining why we need Digimon want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, nice writing there.
Yep. And even though we see Angoramon use 2 different moves to beat him up, they're really all just physical. Punch twice and sit on him.
Yeah, it's a good thing he really knows the name of these attacks to call them out.
But so does Hero. He knew the names of the attacks too, so it's like, okay. Not sure why yet. I mean, I'm sure it has something to do with the bracelet, with the Digivice, but... And maybe because she knew 2 of them, maybe she's somehow better at it or something, It's so hard to say right now.
Yeah.
And after getting sat on, Dracmon just says, you win. I give up.
Yeah, does the Dr. Wily begging don't hurt me thing.
Yep. Even gives him the evil eyeballs that he was using, which Hero can pick up.
Even though Dracmon can't touch humans or a lot of things. I mean, Gamamon or Angoramon could have grabbed them, no problem.
Yeah.
Specifically, Hero
takes them. Yeah. So, okay. Again, just consistency.
Not so good.
I'm already questioning this touching thing, and you're showing me that you're not thinking it through either, I think.
And before you could say, well, maybe you could say it's because Hero can see him. Well, you could see Angoramon, and Angoramon couldn't stop him from trying to bear hug him and get him to Ruli.
Yeah, and during the explanation, Angoramon could be seen, and he's passing his hand through Hero's shoulder, so it's not...
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, that's not it. So, and everyone thinks that Angoramon's very fluffy.
Yes.
That is the conclusion, pretty much.
So he has to take the hides and he let Dracmon run away.
Yep. They
release it again.
And just like with Clockmon, everything's reverted immediately.
Yes.
The guy basically whose leg seemed broken is completely fine. The girl's hair disappears. Everything's fixed like that. So at least it's consistent.
That's at least consistent so far, yeah.
It's a little odd, but consistent at least.
Yeah. That's all I ask.
Yep. And the very end of the episode is Dracomon just like, suckers, I'm not going to stop. I got replacement eyeballs. I'm good.
I got plenty of these to go, yeah.
Yep. And so, once again, we have not seen a single Digimon deleted.
Nope.
Or, really... I mean, I guess he was the most defeated, probably, of any Digimon so far, but they still just let him go. Eventually, that's going to come back to bite them, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They keep this up, so...
Yeah, we have 2 non-repentant Digimon running around.
Yes.
1 very repentant Digimon running around, but
yes.
2 very non-repentant.
Well, Dracomon seemed like it. They got tricked. Clockmon wasn't.
No.
Clockmon never ran away shouting revenge.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Again, there are things I really liked about this episode. There are things I didn't really like about this episode. I mean, really, before had a nice character for a main protagonist. The personality of, let's go get him. Which makes for good stories, both doing good things and for causing trouble.
Yeah.
Now she's just more your typical kind of not sure what's going on, scared girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's not nearly as interesting for a main character.
No. And hopefully now that this has happened, she'll get that back or something. Because
it seems, well, maybe this is the out of character episode, but this is the one that really kind of focused on her.
Yeah.
So I doubt this is the out of character episode.
Yeah. And we'll see how consistent this touching thing and seeing thing turns out to be.
Yeah, because again, it already seems to contradict the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. So, we'll have to wait and see.
Your fingers crossed it's just a minor hiccup and they've got it all figured out. And
Yep. I mean, I'm assuming Jellymon will be around soon. We'll get all that straightened out. I would assume since they're in the intro,
She'll eventually show up, yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure who the next episode's focused on, if anybody in particular.
I'm pretty sure I saw some Pumpkinmon in there.
Well, yeah, obviously. There's a lot of pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns, but...
Yeah.
From our main characters.
Yeah, no idea. We'll have to wait and see soon enough. Thank you everyone for watching. We've rambled for over a half hour now, so this is about time we wrap this up. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to like, comment, subscribe so I know that you're interested in seeing more of this stuff. And as always, everyone, keep staying awesome. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.